Hello, all. I hope you're doing well. As you can see, African Geopolitics. This is my first video for this channel, and in this video, I just want to talk about what I will be talking about in this channel. This channel will be about the amazing and wonderful things that are happening in Africa from a geopolitical perspective, from a power perspective, from a historical perspective, and from a sociological perspective. I personally was a student of sociology at university, and I find sociology is very interesting because you get to interview people and learn from data about the world that we live in. And I think in the social sciences, history and sociology are the most important things. History, so that you can learn from the past, and sociology, like I said, so that you can get the sense of what the people are feeling, either through surveys or direct interviews. And this is the sources I want to use in this channel. I'll be going through a lot of historical research so that I can understand exactly what's happened in the past and learn how our leaders are making decisions and how they've made decisions in the past, and how these decisions have shaped the world that we live in at the moment. Obviously, I will be focused mostly in Africa, and particularly sub-Saharan Africa, but that doesn't mean that there are not important lessons to learn from other cultures, other countries in the world. They are very, very important in teaching us about how those countries became prosperous, because really my hope is that one day I will see an African country become completely industrialized. Its economy becomes that of a advanced country. I don't know if it will ever happen. I don't know if I will ever see this, but I have faith and I trust in the sophistication of African people, and that's why I want to learn this topic and share it with you as well. I know you're busy, got other things to do, but we have to be the ones who are interested in our continent. We have to love ourselves by doing the research and not just waiting for other people to do the research for us, so that we can better understand ourselves. We can create our own narratives by understanding our own history. So this channel, I hope to have a better understanding of the forces in operation in this African continent, and how these forces interact with the world and shape the future. And hopefully from this learning, we can understand and see where we can play a part in creating a better Africa for us, so that in our lifetimes we might be able to see an middle income Africa or even advanced income Africa. I remember one day, long time ago, I was speaking to a very, very smart African man. I don't want to name the company because I don't want to reveal his information, but he was the CFO of a very, very well-known company in the world. If I name the company, you would know it exactly. He was from Ghana, and he said something that really stuck with me. He said, when God made Africa, he put all the amazing and wonderful resources there. But the joke of God was, he said, wait and see what kind of people I'm going to put into Africa. So this guy was very smart from one of the best universities, and he got a first-class honors. He's a CFO, like I said, of a company that is well known. But you can see the mindset. He doesn't believe in Africa. He doesn't believe in the people of Africa. And he's smart. And this is, I guess, what you see a lot with gifted Africans. They leave because they just don't believe in the leadership. They just don't trust in the dignity of the leadership, whether they're going to be able to give us our dignity. And I'm hopeful, I'm optimistic But I have to understand, even wherever they are, I know they're not sophisticated. You're not gonna find an African leader resigning if they make bad decisions. If you're not gonna see that, so we are very very low level in terms of human. I don't know how I would say it, but human dignity, where people don't really do the right thing most of the time in our continent. And to be honest with you, this is not uh something that is always been with us. This is a very very new phenomenon. This is something that only happened in the last 100 years. Before that, pre-colonial Africa, which I'm very interested in, it was quite coherent and people had dignity. Yes, we were not quote unquote advanced with the latest technology, but we were sophisticated and we had social cohesion and systems that worked. There's very low crime, for example, because of how we had organized our society. But since colonialism, the way our society was reorganized and the shock that it gave us, now you see everywhere where there are black people, they don't have a good reputation. Anyway, be it China, be it Europe, America, they don't have a good reputation. And I want to understand why. Is it really something to do with our DNA? And to be honest, from my understanding, it's absolutely nothing to do with that DNA. But honest to God, our level of sophistication. And the only way you become sophisticated is by understanding yourself, understanding actions and how they lead to reaction, especially in relation to power. We don't understand power because for whatever reason, we didn't have most of sub-Saharan Africa pre-colonially was egalitarian. There are many societies though that were feudal as well. And you find those countries that were feudal, they have a better understanding of power than the sub-Saharan ones that were egalitarian. But at the same time, those societies that were feudal, chances are of mass death from civil war are also higher. So we have an advantage in the sense that because of our egalitarian nature, most of the time we're not willing to kill each other in mass like the way you see in Europe, even today, or other parts, especially Europe. That is truly where the most brutality is when it comes to collective brutality, where the ability of Europe and societies really that are springing from European culture, they have the capacity for insane amount of brutality. And to be honest, that brutality might be coming to us once again because of the need for expansion with European system countries. They need to expand always, and there is resources in Africa, and they might be expanding more openly. But at the same time, don't get me wrong, I'm not here to say that we are victims. No, there are many countries outside of Africa where their leadership were also assassinated. But those countries, they were able to rise through the challenges presented to them, and they were able to develop and advance into important economies in the world. But my question is, can we in Africa be able to advance our economies in such a way that we're respected in the world? Some people might not like that, but when you're an advanced economy and you're an important country, and there's no country in Africa or country that is honestly majority black that is important in the world, that wow, the world, we respect this country. So that's my question. Why is this not the case? And in this channel, I'll be exploring this and seeing where the mistakes have been made and learning from experts so that we can see and in the future become better, so that hopefully in my lifetime let's say I have 50 more years if nothing bad happens. In my lifetime, I can see, even if it's just one country in Africa, become completely industrialized and advanced. I'll be exploring these topics in this channel and understanding really what forces are in play that are shaping our future. If this is something you might be interested in, please leave a like and subscribe, and let's learn, let's come together and advance the movement of a better Africa, richer Africa, more sophisticated Africa. Until the next time, I wish you a pleasant time. Thank you.